Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventures with BeyondATC. I hope you're all doing well. If this is your first time here, glad to have you aboard. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're not actually going to do a flight here. We're going to check out some things. We're going to do a clarification, and I'm going to show you something. And at the end of that, I'm going to give you my thoughts of how things have been going with the early access of BeyondATC here. Okay, so let's get right to it. First, we'll start off with the clarification part. Now, with BeyondATC, I knew how BeyondATC was going to work. I knew it was going to read the scenery data that we have on our computer for, the specific airports we're using and the whatnot, which is all fine. I understood all that. That was great. Captain at BeyondATC explained all that in a video to us before it even got released, so I knew what to expect there. But where the mistake happened, and that caught me off guard, it sent me for a loop, and had me all kinds of confused, and which in turn confused some of the viewers, and one of the viewers reached out to me and was asking for clarification on that, so I was trying to explain. So I figured I'd put out a quick video and just give everybody a look at where I kind of went wrong there, and why I was kind of hanging some of the blame on BeyondATC when it shouldn't have been. It wasn't a BeyondATC thing. So let's get right to it. It has to do with a lot of it has to do with what I'm going to talk about here has to do with taxi instructions, vectoring at your airports, taxi vectoring, whatever you want to call it. Your taxi instructions and your routing to your gates and the whatnot. Now we're here. I'm going to use my drone here. Excuse my sloppy drone work, but I'm not trying to be cinematographic here. We're here at Toronto Pearson International Airport. Give you a quick look around. This is a Payware airport by Fly Tampa. It's a pretty good one. Pretty detailed. So it's one of your better Flight Tampa is one of your better airports or developers for payware airports and whatnot. But this is Toronto Pearson International Airport. You can see the whole airport here. Go up, give you a bit of an aerial view. We'll look down at it for a bit here. You can see all the terminals over on the other side. I kind of like this midfield area here. Kind of keeps me out of the way of everything. But yeah, there's Toronto Pearson in all her glory. Alright, I want to point out two taxiways here. This taxiway over here, bring my pointer over on our right here, and then we got another taxiway that runs the length of the airport on our left here. Okay, so just so you get a look at that. Now let me bring up Navigraph charts, and I'm going to show you something here. Okay, here's our Navigraph charts. You can see our aircraft here. We're kind of pointed the other way around. We can orient it up if we want. There we go. Same way as our drone cam here. We can see the taxiway on the left, the taxiway on the right. Now you can clearly see on the map here that the taxiway on the right is labeled Foxtrot. Got Foxtrot Alpha, and then the taxiway on the left is labeled Echo, and we got Echo Yankee on the left. That's all fine. Let's go to our airport here. So CYYZ, yeah. So here's our aircraft. Let's zoom in a little closer. And here's our chart, our Navigraph chart for Toronto Pearson Airport. All our taxiways, buildings, it's all here. We got Echo Yankee on the right, and Echo and Foxtrot Alpha over here. So just wanted you to stick a pin in this and look. And now I'm going to show you where the confusion came in here. So this is what I'm kind of running off of. Navigraph charts. Now, prior to discovering this, I ran into no issues. I thought that my Fly Tampa airport, and as far as I saw prior to this, we got an online services are unreachable. I don't know why I get that popping up every once in a while now. Since SU15 came out, that just pops in once in a blue moon. But anyways, that's another thing. That SU15 thing. But I was under. We'll get back to what I was talking about. I was under the assumption, or I went under the assumption that my Fly Tampa airport here matched up the data on my Navigraph charts perfectly. Because everywhere else you go, like if we come over here, let's come down here. Let's get down here and we'll let's find a runway marker here. There's one. It's just pointing at Echo Yankee probably. This one works. But you could see it's pointing at Echo Yankee. Just like my charts and my maps and my charts show, and this is Echo, and it's showing this as Echo, and yeah, so, and all the other taxiways matched up. So I had no reason to believe that that my scenery here didn't match up with my Navigraph charts. But as I'll soon show you here in a sec, as soon as we get out here, we'll come out here. Now, BeyondATC is reading the data that's in my system. And Fly Tampa, it did not label this taxiway Foxtrot like it is on my Navigraph charts and my maps. This as you can see here, is Mike 1. Runway 33 left, 15 right, and taxiway Mike 1. Now if we jump back to our Navigraph charts really quickly, and we come down here, yeah, where are we? We're down this way. We're right here. Well, you can see that Mike 1 on my charts and maps is actually Foxtrot 1. So we'll shrink that back down and we'll continue on. Find ourselves another sign here, marker. Here we go. And as we can clearly see here, this is Tango on the left. We got Mike 3 over there on the right, and it's showing this taxiway that's labeled Foxtrot on my charts and maps as Mike. Now the Tango and the Mike 3, that is right. That's the same as my charts. Everything is the same as my charts. Whoop. we come up here, and this first taxiway on our left here is Victor, and that is labeled the same as my charts and maps. And again, you can see there the taxiway is labeled Mike. And then we got this one also showing us on Mike, now intercepting Delta and Charlie 4 over there. So yeah, I thought, I was under the assumptions that my Fly Tampa airport here totally matched up the data in my Navigraph charts. And that's where we started going wrong. And I started thinking that, you know, BeyondATC is supposed to be reading the airport data, scenery data that we have in our systems, and it's clearly not doing that because my scenery matches my Navigraph charts, and the instructions I'm getting from BeyondATC, taxi Mike 1, well, that's totally not, I can't even find Mike and Mike 1 on my scenery, on my maps. So that's where it went wrong, and I was putting blame on BeyondATC and attributing it to a BeyondATC issue or bug or whatever you want to call it, that had to be worked out when it's not. It's the developer. It's a Fly Tampa thing, so that would be something that Fly Tampa would have to come in and fix or create an update for or whatever. So if you're seeing this, Fly Tampa, just letting you be aware that your airport matches up Navigraph charts pretty darn good, except for that that taxiway, the Mike and Mike 1s and all that is not quite correct. So the moral of the story is, when you're running into an issue, when you're getting taxi instructions and it's not quite syncing up with the data that you're getting or your charts, it's probably because your charts aren't matching up and what you're seeing isn't matching up with your scenery. BeyondATC is definitely reading the scenery, because it read Mike the way Fly Tampa has the data in the data bank, and it's BeyondATC sees this as Mike because that's what Fly Tampa was calling it. So keep your eyes open for that. And don't be too quick to chalk it up as a BeyondATC bug. So let's continue on my thoughts and of what's been going on, what we've seen with BeyondATC. There's definitely, well, let me start by saying, from the onset, since the beginning of the release till now, there's definitely been significant improvements with BeyondATC. There's no doubt about that. The updates keep coming. Things just keep seeming to get a little bit better and better. Now, some of that is me going through stuff like this, learning BeyondATC a little better and how to work with it a little better. But a lot of it is BeyondATC itself getting a little better. Now, I still have some issues. For some reason, I keep getting ATC telling me to backtrack when I call ready for departure. I get an ATC instruction to back taxi the runway, and then when I'm already ready for departure, I'm holding short. But I'll get ATC telling me to backtrack the runway and call when ready for departure. Now, so far when that happens, to get around that, I just play along with ATC. Don't know what you're talking about, but I'll play along, and I'll respond with back. I'll just reply. I'll just repeat their instructions and reply, and then as soon as I'm done the reply, I'll radio back and just call ready for departure, and then it gives me my departure like normal, and I just go ahead and take off. So that's a little aggravating. I have that happen all the time. It's happened here at Toronto. It's happened at Boston Logan. I've had it happen in Miami. So it happens to me all over the place. That could also, I'm not sure if that is a BeyondATC thing, or if that's, again, another scenery thing. Just scenery's not, the data's just not lining up with what BeyondATC is seeing or whatnot. I'm not too sure. I can't say there, but that's an experience that I've been having, and that's kind of annoying. But it's not a deal breaker by any means. What else? Runway to expect. I find it intermittent. It's definitely been getting better. The last flight I did out of Toronto, the Toronto Pearson clearance, actually gave me the runway to expect. I was kind of surprised because it usually doesn't, but it did. But yeah, it would be nice to see that become, when you call your clearance, you should get the runway to expect when you call ready for a taxi. Otherwise, you're waiting until you call ready for taxi before you can set up your departure on the FMC and stuff. And it just kind of messes your flow up, and you got to stop the go and now program your departure into your FMC because you didn't know what runway you're actually going to get. Sometimes when I call ready for taxi, sometimes I get my the runway on my flight plan. Sometimes I'll get the runway that I heard on the ATIS. We're departing this and runway, and sometimes I'll hear the active runways on the ATIS departing and arriving runway so and so or whatever. I'm expecting, okay, I'll go with that because that's what ATC seems to want to give me, or should give me if I don't know. I'm guessing at this point, right? And then when I radio for taxi, just to find out, they gave me a taxiway that it's not in use and that's on my flight plan. So there's a little bit of that with the with what's going on there, and I'm not too sure how that all works with the weather and weather data and all that we're getting and matching up, because I've had ATC direct me in on runways with a tailwind. So I don't know, and I've had ATC bring me around and vector me for a runway that's almost too short for my aircraft. And there's no other way that we can communicate with ATC. It's kind of a one-way communication. It's ATC telling you what it wants and you responding to what it just told you, but there's basically no going outside of that box. So you can't request another runway. ATC is just going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. Right? You can't request another approach. ATC is just going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. You can't request a different runway because ATC doesn't know, won't know what you're talking about. So if it's vectored you in for 24 right, and you wanted to say you wanted runway 23 instead of the 24s on the other side of the airport, there's no way to ask ATC, can I have runway 23? So it would be nice to see all that come into play, and and get cleaned up a little better, so it's a little more fluent, a little more consistent. Um, but it's nice to see that I did start getting runway to expect with my with my clearance. Um, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my update. And a couple of the things that I've really noticed about BeyondATC, and a couple things to keep your eyes out for if you're using BeyondATC and you're having vectoring problems on the ground and stuff, and taxiways not matching up, and it's probably got to do a lot with that. So it's not a Navigraph thing. It's not a BeyondATC, or it's not that BeyondATC is not reading Navigraph and stuff. It's reading what you have, and it's a matter of what you have matching up with your Navigraph data. So yeah, that's it in a short. We'll leave it there. Keep this from getting too long, me yabbering, and but yeah, everything else seems to be going good. The handoffs, it's pretty routine at altitude. The handoffs are good, and the vectoring on the approaches and the rivals. I followed ATC instructions to a T on their vectoring on the arrivals, and have had no issues. Had been vectored right in, caught the approach or the ILS or whatever approach I'm doing now. But it would be nice to be able to request the RNAV or the ILS, or like if ATC is vectoring you around for the visual, it would be nice to request the ILS or the RNAV or whatever you want. But we'll see. Maybe in the future. But yeah, right now I'm excited with BeyondATC. Oh, another thing I want to bring up, I almost forgot, is the character points. I want to talk about the character points and using the premium voices on BeyondATC. Now, for the most part, since I've started using BeyondATC, I've almost primarily been using the premium voices, and part of the reason for that is because half the time I forgot that I had it set on on premium voices, and I just started doing a flight and did the flight and didn't change anything, just kept going, and yeah, so it just kept using up characters and using up your premium AI voices and stuff. But what I'm finding is that I'm starting to realize the value for dollar when it comes to the premium AI voices on BeyondATC. Due to the fact that I've been almost exclusively using the premium voices, I'm going through nowhere near as many characters. You would think, constantly doing that every couple of flights, I'm reloading this, reloading the character points up and whatnot. And I found that not to be the case. I find that you can get quite a few flights in, with a $10 reload, and it'll take you quite a ways. Now, mind you, at the beginning, I wasted a lot because you're experimenting, you're screwing around, and you're trying to experiment with how you say things and stuff, and you got ATC saying what I don't understand and all that, so you go through your I don't know what you want to call it, but you go through your learning process at the beginning, and you'll probably waste a few more characters than you really have to at the onset. But yeah, I found the value to be pretty good, and it's not as bad as as I thought it would be. And I'm really starting to see the value over this type of system over like a full-blown chat GTPB, whatever you call it. Like, yeah, I get you can come off the rails with what you say, and it'll answer you pretty much on exactly what you say, and you can ask other things. But that comes at a cost, and it comes at a steep cost, a gut punch type of cost. So yeah, just the different ways BeyondATC. They had choices to make of which way to go, and and trying to keep it reasonable for everybody cost wise. I get it now, and I get why they went this way, and I could see the value as this. Now, I want my cake and eat it too. Everybody wants our cake and eat it too, but it is what it is. Right? So we got to work with what we got with. But I think once the traffic injection comes along, and this thing starts getting more, I think this is going to be an absolutely must-have ATC traffic program that's going to be available for at a reasonable cost, right? Could it be cheaper? Could it be more expensive? Yeah. But I think BeyondATC value for money wise, I think they kind of found a little bit of a sweet spot, and it's just a matter of us simmers adjusting to that, or paying through our nose for full-blown AI. Okay, so that's my thoughts. We'll leave it there for now. Right on the heels of this video, will be coming another flight using BeyondATC, but I wanted to show those clarifications because it confused some people in my last in my episode 2 there, and wanted to get that straightened out, and just show a little bit of the signage there, and just give people a heads up of what to look out for, and don't be so quick to jump down BeyondATC's throat when the vectoring kind of goes awry, because I thought I had one thing and I did not. Okay, friends, as always, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, keep the blue side up. Talk to you later.